women help the Stark County Health Department and Stark County Thrive create the Dear Stark Women campaign and landing page. The landing page on starkhealth.org will help women in our county find resources like affordable health care, after-hours care, transportation, and more. Don't let your health just be one more thing you worry about. Visit starkhealth.org and click Dear Stark Women to make your health a priority.
Live from the WHBC Broadcast Center. Find out more about area businesses, agencies, and events.
It's what's going on right now.
This is Spotlight.
And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Spotlight on this very warm Wednesday morning. And thank you for joining us. And as a reminder, you can not only listen to us on the radio, but of course, you can catch us on our Facebook page, just like our page on Facebook, 1480 WHBC. You can also watch us on YouTube. Just search 1480 WHBC on YouTube. We'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel as well. And today we're going to talk on Spotlight about a Canton tradition, the Bluecoats, and they are celebrating 50 years. Pretty amazing. And boy, do they have a celebration plan. So today we're going to talk about that and so much more. So this morning I want to welcome in Mike Scott, who is Chief Executive Officer of the Bluecoats. Also, Genevieve Geisler, who is CFO and COO, and also Elizabeth Clayton, who is Senior Manager, Brand and Special Projects. Welcome in, guys.
Hi there. Welcome.
Hello. I'm so excited about this because, well, I know that you guys had a great party on the Plaza last year, but I think this is going to be topping all, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We, Party in the Plaza last year was such a new project for us, and we weren't really sure what to expect. But we knew as soon as it was over, we received so much wonderful feedback, and our kids really enjoyed the performance. It was such a great day. We said we have to bring this back, and next year it has to be our 50th anniversary party. Yeah.
And Centennial Plaza has become, such a great place to do things like that. So I'm sure that facilitates it well. But before we get into all the celebration plans, because there's a lot of things that you guys are getting to, give us a little bit of history about the Bluecoats. I mean, I've been here 34 years. As long as I can remember, we've always talked about the Bluecoats and how fantastic they are.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that it's been 50 years and a whole lot has happened over that 50 years. But the Bluecoats organization was founded in 1972. There's actually some history of there being a drum corps in Canton a little bit before that. But the first time we called it the Bluecoats was in 1972, founded by the Canton Police Boys Club. And those first couple of years, it was a program and outreach of that, which is now, of course, the J. Baines Third Center still also exists. And it was just a program for young kids in Canton to be in drum corps. Every small town had a little drum corps, and of course we're one of those organizations in small towns whose drum corps ended up becoming a national phenomenon. So it's a pretty incredible history.
And so it starts, and then it grows and grows, and it became a national thing then, right?
Yeah. We started like you said, just the kids that were near us in Canton and wanted to be a part of that, and then gradually you grow and you go to a bigger show and you get more competitive and you kind of climb up in the ranks, and there's this amazing history of people all from Canton, all local people who over the years get involved, and then in the 80s Ted Swaldo gets involved, and then in the 90s we kind of gained some new competitive recognition, and then Genevieve and David Glasgow get involved then around the end of the 90s and the early 2000s, and from there we've really just found some incredible success. Genevieve can speak to that more than anyone because Genevieve was at the helm at the time.
Yeah, talk about that, because it was part of the Hall of Fame events, and so many people. I can't even express the number of people who would always say, well, tell me, when are the Bluecoats performing and where, and how do we get the tickets? And our Kaylee Chris, who was part of the radio station for a very long time on our sister station, Mix 94.1, she was always involved in it and just so excited to be there all the time. It was a big part of it.
Yeah, for sure. we've been doing this for a long time, but over the years, we've we used to do the Hall of Fame parade and all that stuff. And as we started to kind of go more national, we kind of were away during that time, but we brought these events back for early July and then back again in August in the University of Akron. So it's kind of been a long climb from sort of to the top of being able to be one of the top touring drum corps in the United States and kind of bring Canton's best and our name all across the country. So it's been a really interesting time.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. They hear the events that we say, hey, we're going to be in Canton on this date or in Canton on that date. But every summer, the pandemic year notwithstanding, we do between a 6,000 and 10,000 mile tour. We go all over the United States. And so when we're in Canton, that's a big event for us because it means that we have swung back into town. So we're going on tour here soon. We leave our spring training facility, which is we rent an entire university just outside of Indianapolis, and we leave our spring training facility on the 26th. And then we go back to doing the tour that we're doing before the pandemic. We're doing 8,000 miles all over the U.S. You can see there, if you're watching the video, you can see all the dates that we're doing. And we open on the 28th in Detroit. But like Genevieve mentioned, a big priority of ours is to bring these even more events back into the Canton community, both because we want to celebrate our 50th anniversary, but also because we're really interested in kind of reinvesting and bringing these events back into the community because this is the community that founded us. So we'll be back July 4th weekend, like you said, and we have 3 incredible events planned to celebrate the 50th anniversary. And one of those is Party in the Plaza on Sunday, July 3rd. The day before that, we're going to be bringing back Innovations in Brass, which has been a drum corps contest, I think, for almost 50 years, like maybe 48 years it's run in Northeast Ohio. And so we've got some great drum corps coming. That's at Kent State University on the 2nd. And then on the 4th, we're at Monumental 4th at McKinley Monument. And not only are the Bluecoats going to be there, but we're bringing the Bluecoats Alumni Corps, which we assembled this year to celebrate the 50th anniversary. So that's actually 450 performers in the Bluecoats Alumni Corps, representing one person at least from every single year we've ever competed since 1972. Plus the Bluecoats. So we're going to perform together on the steps of the McKinley Monument, and we've got cannons, and we're playing the 1812 Overture. It's going to be a whole ordeal right before the fireworks on the 4th. So we're excited about all 3 of those events because all of them are a great opportunity for us to celebrate 50 years and to bring it all back to this community that founded us. So,
and I don't want to simplify things, but I guess for the people maybe who are tuning in right now and have no idea what we're talking about, we need to explain it. We do. What is a drum corps competition? What do the Bluecoats do when they go on this tour? What's it like for somebody who's never been to one?
Well, I like to explain it as sort of like the world's best marching band. And I think that's kind of, if people have never seen it before, that's really what it is. If you think about, a college Big Ten marching band and a college halftime show, it's like that, only like 1,000 times better and 1,000 times more complicated. And instead of doing a new show every week, like they do in college Big Ten marching band, we practice one specific show that lasts about 11 minutes all year long, and we perform it every time, the same show. So that's what we've been doing here for the past 6 weeks in Marion, Indiana, is learning that show, and then we'll take that on the road and perform it at, mostly at competitions, but also at events, the Party in the Plaza and the Monumental 4th. And there are basically about 25 groups like Bluecoats, about this, the same size, the same caliber, from all over the United States, and we compete against each other for scores with judges, sort of like figure skating or something like that, at competitions all over the country, and they're usually at high school or college or professional football stadiums, sort of like what we're doing at Kent State on July 2nd.
How many members are there in the Bluecoats?
Well, Liz, we have
165.
Yeah, we have 165 in the drum corps itself, and that's actually limited by the fact that we take 3 buses, so 55 passengers per bus.
Wow. Okay. So it's pretty intense. And again, if you've never seen it, it certainly is something that you want to take a look at. We'll take our first break and we'll catch up on things. And then when we come back, we're going to start by talking about innovations in brass, which will be on July 2nd. That'll kick off all of the great events that are coming to Canton and this area of Northeast Ohio. Boy, oh boy.
Because of women using their voices, the Stark County Health Department and Stark County Thrive created the Dear Stark Women landing page on starkhealth.org. The page is filled with resources for the betterment of your health. Dear Stark Women, the best version of you begins with your health. Visit starkhealth.org today.
Time to hit the open road this summer in the vehicle you want at the rate you deserve, courtesy of Friends and Family Credit Union. Whether your ride is a car, truck, or motorcycle, new or used, Friends and Family will make the ride of your choice a reality. Stop in and talk to our local friendly loan professionals. Check out our outstanding rates with no payments for 90 days. And if you need to lose the weight of a heavy rate from another financial institution, simply refinance at FFCU. Friends and Family Credit Union has 3 convenient locations to serve you, including our newest location inside the Acme Fresh Market on Whipple Avenue in Canton. Online and in the palm of your hand with mobile banking. Additional restrictions may apply. All rates and promotions are subject to change without notice. This institution is privately insured by ASI. You deserve to hit the open road this summer in the vehicle you want at the rate you deserve and no payment for 90 days. Courtesy of Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
Stark County football fans, history will be made June 25th and July 3rd at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. USFL's playoff and championship games both take place here. First on the 25th, it's a football doubleheader and country concert featuring Trace Atkins. Tickets are only $15 for adults and $5 for kids under 15. The USFL championship game is Sunday, July 3rd. For tickets and more, go to visitcanton.com. That's visitcanton.com.
Ready to start earning up to $20.75 an hour while having a set schedule? ARE, a truck cap and cover manufacturer in the Mount Eaton area, is hiring production team members starting up to $20.75 per hour. ARE offers set production schedules, weekly pay, wage increase opportunities every 6 months, and no mandatory weekends. Careers start at ARE. Visit 4ARE.com to apply today. That's the number 4ARE.com. ARE is an equal opportunity employer.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because our Sleep Number 360 smart bed is really smart. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to help keep you both comfortable. Plus, it's temperature balancing so you stay cool. It's even smart enough to know exactly how long, how well, and when you slept, and to help you get almost 30 minutes more restful sleep per night. Sleep Number takes care of the science. All you have to do is sleep. During our lowest prices of the season, the Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 smart bed is only $8.99, only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
You probably know Progressive Insurance for insuring your home and auto. You may know Flo and Dr. Rick. But what you may not know is that Progressive helps employees support over 3,800 charitable organizations annually because we're committed to helping our employees, and our employees are committed to helping others. Anyway, we just wanted to share. We were a little too proud of it to keep it to ourselves. And if you already knew all of this about us, you've either heard this radio spot before or just randomly know a lot about Progressive. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates based on data from May 2020 through April 2021.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with expertise and tools with Windows 11 to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. To do more with a Latitude laptop, Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Hey, Dad? Cool if I change this? They may not get each other's music, but they can both get a COVID-19 booster shot. Because the CDC recommends booster shots for people 12 years and older after completion of a primary series. Schedule an appointment as soon as you are eligible. Sponsored by BioNTech and Pfizer.
Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Elizabeth Warren, they're all attacking America's tech innovators. The left's bill, S-2992, would take away the digital tools small businesses rely on, empower China to beat America in the race for new technologies, and increase the risk of cyber attacks. When liberals attack America's tech innovators, they're really attacking everyday Americans and Main Street businesses. American jobs, America's security, and the online privacy of the American people are all on the line. Why would Senate conservatives support this liberal agenda that threatens American innovation? We need to stop Pelosi, Schumer, Warren, and the rest of the DC liberals from taking away our technology and making China stronger at America's expense. Call the U.S. Senate today at 202-224-3121. Tell Senate Republicans to oppose S-2992. ProtectingTaxpayers.org, paid for and authorized by Taxpayers Protection Alliance.
Weatherproof your day with the Accuweather app by checking your daily, hourly, and minute-by-minute forecast. With precise details pinpointed to your exact street address, you will have access to exclusive features like MinuteCast and Real Feel, all backed by Accuweather's team of over 100 expert meteorologists. The Accuweather app is your most reliable source of weather information, so you can plan your day with confidence. Download the Accuweather app today.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
And welcome back to Spotlight, everyone. And today, talking about a wonderful Canton tradition, Northeast Ohio tradition, but rooted in Canton. And again, talking about the Bluecoats celebrating 50 years, their 50th anniversary. And we have with us Clayton, who is the senior manager, brand and special projects. And we're talking about all of the wonderful events that are coming up. Let's start off, guys, right now talking about July 2nd, because this is Innovations in Brass. And Mike, like you were saying, this is something that you're bringing back, and explain where, when, how, and what folks can expect from this.
So Innovations in Brass has been running for almost 48 years, and it's one of the very first drum corps contests that we had in Northeast Ohio. And it was originally, operated by the community, and then Bluecoats has been running the event ever since. We've got some amazing drum corps, some from Ohio, Cincinnati, Columbus, Doylestown, and then also the Bluecoats, of course, will be there, and Carolina Crown, which is a drum corps that's highly competitive, kind of in our strata. And so we're having the event this year at Kent State University. Kent State Dick Stadium has been a very gracious host to us this year, and we're really excited about it. Liz, as our senior manager of brand and special projects, has all these schedules memorized because it's her entire life. So Liz, why don't you tell us more about the event?
Yeah, so the gates will open at 5:30. We're going to get started at about 7. And then, like Mike said, we have groups joining us from all over. We're especially excited to have a few groups joining us also from Ohio. I think this is just a fun celebration of drum corps here in Northeast Ohio. So we're pretty excited about that. Starting off with Columbus Saints from Columbus, Ohio. And then we have Rose Hollow Regiment from Doylestown, as Mike mentioned earlier, heading into Cincinnati Tradition from Cincinnati. Then we're going to have Music City joining us from Nashville, Carolina Crown from Fort Mills, South Carolina. And then, of course, Bluecoats will perform, and we're very excited about that. And we'll do a little encore performance as well. So after we do our regular drum corps show, we'll have everybody come back on and do all of our kind of crowd favorite tunes. And that's always a really enjoyed part of these events. And then we'll wrap everything up. It'll wrap up around 9:23. So just kind of a few hours of a wonderful celebration of drum corps here in Northeast Ohio with lots of Ohio groups as well. So really excited about that.
Is it different when you have, you mentioned Nashville, so I guess that is kind of what spurred this question for me, but is it different music from different parts of the country, or does everybody kind of do similar things?
That's a good question. Every drum corps kind of has a kind of a vibe about them. Like they all kind of have their own identity creatively.
Yeah.
Like the Bluecoats, we're
Yeah.
known for doing a lot of like electronic music and like very modern things that and there's other drum corps that are known for doing jazz or it's kind of a little bit genre based, a little bit creative based. So that's interesting because when you're a drum corps fan, you kind of like start to like pick your favorites and know who's going to play what. And, you might see a drum corps and be like, oh, of course they play that because, they're that drum corps. So it's not as much regional as it is kind of aesthetic opinions and ideas. And it's a little bit like Genevieve mentioned figure skating earlier. It's a little bit like that in that everyone kind of has their own style. And then it's interesting to watch, how the judging community reacts to those individual styles and things.
Are there rivalries between drum corps?
Oh yes. Oh yes, absolutely. There are rivalries. Yes. Yeah, and the interesting thing about that people kind of categorize the drum corps. Oh, that's a top 6 drum corps, that's a top 3 drum corps, that's a top 12 drum corps, and it's interesting. Like everybody puts different groups in those rankings, and those end up becoming the rivalries because you never know who's going to come out on top, and it's always it's interesting to watch it throughout the whole season because you might start in one orientation and then and then as the shows develop and as people get better or as people struggle with parts of their shows, the competitive rankings change and it makes whatever happens at the World Championships much more interesting.
Right. And I remember people calling the radio station and asking us, hey, do you know where the Bluecoats are? What are the standings right now? And we constantly have to be looking them up and, trying to find out and, and mentioning it on the air so people could keep up with everything. But and I know that's a really important thing for folks. The one, the Innovations in Brass, is that a judged competition or is that strictly entertainment for entertainment purposes?
Yeah, that one's a judged competition.
Okay.
So we'll have
And
kind of
most
the
of them,
scores
are
announced.
most of them?
Pardon, sorry?
Are most of them or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, every
Good to
time we
know.
have like
most of them are
show.
judged other than if they're for like a holiday or something like that, like the 4th of July type stuff, or we have a couple other things like that as well, but mostly they're all judged.
Yeah. This summer we'll do just under 30 adjudicated performances, and the stakes increase as you go. So you kind of start, and it's kind of about kind of showing your show to the judges and getting in front of various different panels so that all the judges see you. And then by the time we get to Texas, which is like the remaining 3 weeks of the season, then every weekend there's a huge event where the stakes are very high, and those events really kind of define how it's all going to shake out when you get to the World Championships, which is always the second weekend of August.
So
This
it's
year
really nerve-wracking, but it's also exciting because last year was not. So this is going to be our first year being judged in that way since 2019 because it got canceled for the pandemic, and then last year was just for entertainment purposes only. So it'll be pretty exciting to get back into a competitive environment against our rivals. So
yeah. And Pam, you mentioned that people, call into the radio station. We actually, in 2016, 17, 18, we used to send updates to all the local press, and we're going to bring that back this year each night. So after every night, we'll say where we just were and how it went, because we know that was something that people really enjoyed, especially, the years where we were kind of in contention for the championship. We're lucky at Bluecoats. Our kids are really talented. Our design team's really talented. It's just everything's so wonderful at the Bluecoats organization right now. And so, we're always kind of in contention for, being a medalist or winning the world championship. And so we're always excited about that. And because it's our 50th and because the Canton community has been so accepting of celebrating that with us, we're really excited to kind of share where we're at in the country as we go this summer.
Yeah. And people know people, they know kids, they know parents, everybody knows somebody. So that's important to them as well. And before we take our break, where can they get tickets for the event on July 2nd?
Yeah, tickets for all of these local events are at bluecoats.com/local. You'll be able to see all the information for this entire weekend and then click through to buy tickets.
All right, we'll take a quick break for the news. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the events of July 3rd and 4th. A lot of exciting stuff coming up. It is Spotlight on Bluecoats here on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Why choose Spectrum Orthopedics? At Spectrum, you'll find all the orthopedic services you'll need, from digital x-rays to MRI to procedures and physical therapy, and a team of medical professionals you can truly count on. Visit SpectrumOrtho.com to request an appointment.
Medicine Center pharmacies have been serving our local community for over 40 years. Our customers know they can count on our pharmacy staff, save money, and trust us. Stop by any of our Medicine Center pharmacy locations in Canton, Louisville, Minerva, and New Philadelphia, or visit us online at medshoprx.com.
Here at our Ohio Means Jobs, Stark, and Tuscarora centers, we are eager to connect you with a career regardless of your current education level. And many companies offer programs to help build your skills. For more information, you can visit our website at omjwork.com or follow us on social media.
We here at WHBC need a favor. If you happen upon any vinyl records that were left behind by the kids, we want them for our upcoming big WHBC record sale. Any and all records sold will go to benefit our friends at Wishes Can Happen as they turn 40 this year. Those records were meant to be played, and now they can help our local kids too. Donate your old albums today. Call WHBC at 330-456-7166. We'd love to hear from you.
TrackPhone wants to know, are you an influencer, a big live streamer? No? Then guess what? You don't need an endless data plan. Get just the right amount of data with TrackPhone's new $40 unlimited talk and text smartphone plan. Now with 8 gigs of high-speed data and unlimited carryover on America's largest, most dependable network, now with 5G. Get the data you need at the price you want. TrackPhone Wireless. Now you're in control. Available at major retailers. 5G compatible device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at trackphone.com.
For a new water softener system, call the experts at Verndale Water. We offer affordable prices to fit any budget, and no interest financing is available. Let our family give your family clean, clear, great tasting water from Verndale Water Experts.
Verndale's Water Center.
WHBC AM Canton, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
From the News Talk 1480 WHBC newsroom, forecasters say today will be another scorcher for millions of Americans from the Midwest to the Deep South. People are doing their best to stay safe. In an advisory at the beginning of the week, the National Weather Service said that dangerous heat will continue to make headlines. More than 100 heat records are expected to be broken this week, and locally, we could see strong storms as well. The city of Canton's new curfew hours go into effect today. They were adopted by City Council back in May. Previously, juveniles under the age of 18 had a curfew of 11 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 12:30 p.m. Friday through Saturday. Curfew hours are now restricted to 11 p.m. every night. For the first time in decades, Congress has moved toward gun reform. This is as the Senate voted 64-34 to advance an 80-page gun safety bill aimed at strengthening gun regulations. Among the 14 Republicans who voted to move forward with the bill, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. The damage caused by last week's flooding at Yellowstone National Park could take years to repair and cost more than $1 billion. That's the word from Yellowstone officials who have been scrambling to make sections of the park accessible to the public, all in hopes of salvaging at least part of the park's busy summer season. The Cleveland Guardians are now in first place in the Central Division after a 6-5 win over Minnesota in 11 innings last night. They will play again tonight. You'll hear that game. The pregame starts at 7:05 right here on 1480 WHBC. I'm Pam Cook.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your Accuweather forecast. It'll be a hot, humid day. Clouds give way to some sun. Heavy thunderstorm in the area this afternoon. That could bring some flash flooding and damaging wind. High today at 93. Partly cloudy, less humid tonight, and the low 66. Partly sunny for tomorrow. A less humid day, the high 81. Sunshine, warmer day on Friday. The high Friday up to 87. I'm Steve Williams for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
And again, Spotlight today, we are talking about Bluecoats and their 50th anniversary celebration. Don't forget, of course, if you are listening to us on the radio, we thank you very much for that. But you can also watch us on our Facebook page right now. Just like us on Facebook at 1480 WHBC. Also, our YouTube channel, just search 1480 WHBC. And we would appreciate if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. And today, again, a Canton tradition, the Bluecoats. And we talked about innovations in brass on July 2nd. That'll be happening at Dick Stadium at Kent State. But boy, the big one in downtown Canton for a lot of folks, they loved it. And they're going to be very happy to know that it is coming back. And we're talking this morning with Mike Scott, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the Bluecoats. And also, of course, Genevieve Geisler, who is CFO and COO of the Bluecoats. And Elizabeth Clayton, Senior Manager, Brand and Special Products. And guys, partying on the plaza, there's nothing like it. And we're very happy to have that Centennial Plaza down there now. So you did it last year, and tell us what's going to be happening this year now.
Boy, last year was a huge success. It was the first year that we did it. And we weren't exactly sure what to expect. I remember talking with Genevieve and Liz as it was kind of starting, thinking, oh gosh, I hope people show up. But boy, did they. By the end of the night, the Bluecoats concert at the end of the night, we had, 2,000 people. They were all crammed in, and it was just a wonderful day.
A lot of people there, yeah.
So this year we've programmed an additional band and some other exciting stuff. I'll have Liz tell everybody about it. But the bottom line is we're bringing it back, and it's our 50th anniversary. So we're going to celebrate our 50th, and we're going to talk a lot about kind of what the Bluecoats organization is and has become. And then, of course, it's going to end with a free Bluecoats concert, just like it did last year. So it'll be an opportunity for the community to see us perform in concert for free. We're going to play all of our show music, and we're going to play some other fan favorites at the end of the night. But I'll let Liz tell everybody about the whole schedule.
Yeah. So again, we have a lot of people returning from last year. We also have some new guests joining us. We're really excited. It's going to be a whole day long festival again. So we're going to get started about 1:30, just playing some music and some videos and kind of starting the event off. And then the first act will be at 2 p.m. We have Alex Simon coming in to do an educational drum circle. So we're really excited about that. You can bring a drum or bring just a bucket, and we'll have a few there as well to kind of just get everyone involved. It's going to be kid friendly. We're hoping to get some people involved and playing and doing all of that. So that's going to get started about 2 p.m. And then we have RZ Jazz happening at 3 p.m. That's going to be a 6-piece jazz ensemble. They're playing actually some old Bluecoats tunes, kind of new takes on those and things like that. So that's going to be a really exciting set. Heading into the Enrichment Drum Line, who's performing at 5 p.m. They're coming back again this year. Again, that's one of Bluecoats partners, so we're really excited to have them come back and see them. They always kind of light up the stage, so we're excited for that. Then the Matt Corey Band at 5:25, and then we have the Scenic Route coming at 6:40, and then of course wrapping up the night with Bluecoats performing at 8 p.m. And we actually during that time, so the Bluecoats will play a standstill of our 2022 production and some other kind of encore tunes like we would at Innovations in Brass and those types of shows. And then we're also going to be announcing our Champion Award this year. So we're really excited about that, honoring 2 people here in the Northeast Ohio community who are contributing to, arts and things like that. So we're going to be honoring Jim Porter and Betty Smith. So we're really excited for that celebration happening kind of during that time as well.
Yeah, and I think for folks who maybe have never seen the Bluecoats or aren't quite sure, it's really a good taste of everything that the Bluecoats do and what they mean to the community. A good way to come downtown and just kind of hang out and see what they have to offer.
Yeah, we when the pandemic canceled our 2020 season, we kind of started thinking, okay, what's a great way for us to kind of rethink the way that we do things. And of course, Centennial Plaza was being built at the time. And I lived downtown and was walking around and seeing it being built and thought, man, this is like the perfect venue for the Bluecoats to perform. And so as we were kind of devising the event in year one and then rethinking the event for year two, we really we wanted to do just that, Pam. We wanted to make this a really accessible event that was an opportunity for people who might not know what the Bluecoats are to see the drum corps perform and to see all these other partners that we have, like enrichment, and we'll bring in the food trucks, and Jersey's is open, and it's family friendly, and it's a wonderful venue for drum corps. It's a wonderful venue for events like this. It was a huge success last year, and so I really just like that. We see diehard drum corps fans come to Innovations in Brass and see the drum corps compete and root for us, and that's great. But Party in the Plaza is a great opportunity for us just to have a party with the community and thank the community for being such great supporters, and allow people who might not know what the Bluecoats are or might not follow us in all of our scores all over the country just to see us and to enjoy us in concert.
And talk about the Champion Award, because we got the press release about that, and Jim Porter and Betty Smith, obviously, big parts of this community. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, as we were thinking about the 50th anniversary and ways that we could create some new programs and some new events that would really celebrate the arts and arts, culture, and humanities in Northeast Ohio, the Champion Award was one of the things that we decided to do as kind of one of the centerpiece initiatives of our 50th. And so, the Bluecoats organization, each year will nominate and then honor at least one person who's a leader in the arts, culture, and humanities space in Northeast Ohio, particularly in Canton, our hometown. So we want to find a way to elevate the people that we, as a performing arts organization, and as an organization that works with all these incredible people, to really find a way to highlight and elevate the incredible work that they do. Doing arts, culture, and humanities work isn't always celebrated in our communities. And so this is a way for us to say, look at this person, how incredible is this person? And so in year one, we wanted that to be a really special thing. And I don't think anyone would disagree that both Jim Porter and Betty Smith have made an immense impact on the arts, culture, and humanities. Jim with his work at the Canton Repository, and then now as the president of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and Betty, who has just, it's incredible how much work Betty does running enrichment. This is her retirement project too. She lived this whole career in Chicago, and then she, started by herself enrichment, and now has impacted the lives of thousands of young kids, and it's all free to them. After school music and enrichment, weekend music and enrichment. And of course, we're huge fans of the enrichment drumline because that's right up our alley. And so we've really enjoyed partnering with enrichment for years, doing the drumline. And so we think that Jim Porter and Betty Smith are just so deserving of all the accolades that they could get. And the Champion Award is one small way for us to do that. And we thought that that Party in the Plaza would be the perfect way to celebrate our Champion Award honorees by, giving them this stage and really showing the community, hey, look at these people, they're incredible.
Yeah, two great people for the inaugural award there. I think that's pretty awesome. And I'm just sitting here thinking though, and maybe somebody at home is listening and they're thinking, how does somebody become a member of the Bluecoats? How does that happen?
Wow, that's a great question, Liz. You can chime in anytime, because Liz was most recently a member of the Bluecoats. But a lot of people don't know this, but we auditioned from amongst thousands of kids. We host audition camps right here in Canton, but then we also go and host audition camps in Texas and California, Georgia. We've even had camps in New England, or in England before, in the UK. So kids from all over want to join the Bluecoats because, of course, in our opinion, the Bluecoats is the best drum corps in the world. And so why wouldn't the kid want to be in it? But Liz actually just aged out. You age out in 2019. So maybe, Liz, you can tell us your story about joining the Bluecoats.
Yeah, I mean, so like Mike said, we kind of host auditions all around the United States. We also have a virtual option, which is a lot bigger now than it also used to be. So in terms of, kind of getting an equal shot and being able to be a part of the drum corps, just as things changed in 2020, we opened that up. But essentially, I just kind of went to an audition camp, and I went to Ohio. That was my closest one in Canton. You go there and you kind of like learn some pieces, you learn some music, depending on what you're auditioning for. And then it's just kind of like auditioning for any type of like play or something like that, but it's a little bit longer. Generally, if you're auditioning for a play, it might be a couple hours. This is the whole weekend, and you stay overnight there and kind of keep going the next day. So you have a whole weekend experience of doing that, which kind of mimics the way our summer rehearsal schedule looks. So, we'll rehearse for the same amount of time. You do it over a weekend. Of course, in the summer, we're doing it for 3 months out. But yeah, that's kind of how that all works. And we post all that information, towards when our kind of competitive season starts, which is for us, June 28th is our first show. So around then is when we start posting that information online, and that's all at bluecoats.com/join. And then of course on social media, we'll kind of inundate everybody with that information as well. But that's kind of when we start doing that and people kind of start signing up. And again, people are looking forward to auditioning for, maybe even years before the first time that they go to an audition. And they're kind of gearing up for all of that. So yeah, it's a pretty exciting time. Our auditions start happening in November, is when we kind of kick off that audition season.
And what's the age range?
So the oldest you can be is 21. Unless you have a summer birthday, then you're allowed to do it when you're 22. That's called aging out, when you're no longer eligible. During the audition process, anyone over the age of, I believe, 14 can audition at the Bluecoats. And, like Liz said, some kids, they've been waiting their entire, high school career to do this. So we do have kids who come, and you're allowed to come and audition even if you don't want to make the core. Maybe you want to march when you're 17 or 18 or 19, but you're not sure if you're ready. Well, you're welcome to come, and you go through the process and you go through all the rehearsals just like anyone else. And so we have lots of 15, 16, 17-year-olds do that. And then the average age of the drum corps, because we're one of the best drum corps in the world, we get the best kids in the whole world. Like I said, we have thousands of kids audition, and we can only take 165. So our kids end up being 18, 19, 20, 21. They end up being in the older range, because most kids that are younger are getting their experience at a different drum corps before they come march to the Bluecoats.
Okay. Wow. That's fantastic. And I would venture to guess that not a lot of people know that, but that's awesome to know.
I think people are always surprised when they learn that our season ends every year in August, and then we start up with auditions in November, and it takes us all of November, December, and January to set the drum corps. It's a 3-month process with all those events, and there's a callback camp. We bring, not a lot of people know this, but every kid who auditioned all over the country and virtually, and all over the world, then everybody who gets a callback comes to Canton every single year in January. We fly them all in. It's hundreds and hundreds of kids, and they all assemble at Glenwood Middle School is where we have it every year. And it's hundreds of them from all over. They might have auditioned in California. They might have auditioned from Japan virtually, and they all come in, and we pick them all up at the airport. And then that's a crazy weekend. It's 2.5 days really. And by the end of it, we went from however many people we called back. It could be 400, it could be 300, all the way down to 165 in just 3 days. And it's it's quite an intense weekend.
And what the group of talent right there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm one of the reasons that I do this job is just because I get to spend the summer with 165 of the most incredible young people, and 200 of the most incredible staff. Some of my best friends, and our staff. Some of them are local, and some of them are band directors in Texas, and band directors in Florida, and professors, and music teachers in England even. So it's a really great group of friends and colleagues.
I love it. I love you shared all that. That's great stuff to know. All right, we're going to take our final break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the Monumental Fourth, because that's coming up as well as part of the 50th anniversary celebration of Bluecoats. That's all coming up right here on Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
Cornelius Altman was Stark County's first honest-to-goodness millionaire. He died having started 37 businesses around the world, but he's best remembered for the equipment he made to modernize farms across America. Today, he's remembered as the name on the hospital where hundreds of thousands of Stark County residents took their first breath.
I'm Larry Hackenberg, and Altman's life is just one of the difference makers we've explored on our Time Machine radio shows. But today, I'd like to tell you about Hackenberg Financial Group, the difference makers with a more modest focus. We only want to make a difference in one life, yours, with custom strategies to smooth your life and retirement. Visit hackenberg.biz and explore the difference makers who work one life at a time.
So you adopted a pet. In addition to being the most rewarding, fulfilling, and cuddly decision you've ever made, this bundle of joy has really scratched up your floors. That's where Hosner Carpet One comes in. During the Claws and Paws flooring sale, you'll save big and get 18 months free financing on your next floor. Hosner Carpet One is here to help with your home project you've been waiting to do. Come in now during the Claws and Paws flooring sale. Subject to credit approval, see store for details.
The economy is heading for a total disaster. The Fed must choose between a stock market and housing market crash or hyperinflation. Hi, this is Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to diversify your retirement savings into physical gold today. To help you get started, my friends at Birch Gold have created a free information kit on gold IRAs. To get your free copy, just text SHELTER to 989898. There's no obligation or purchase required. Again, that's SHELTER to 989898.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with expertise and tools with Windows 11 to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. To do more with a Latitude laptop, Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because our Sleep Number 360 smart bed is really smart. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to help keep you both comfortable. Plus, it's temperature balancing so you stay cool. It's even smart enough to know exactly how long, how well, and when you slept, and to help you get almost 30 minutes more restful sleep per night. Sleep Number takes care of the science. All you have to do is sleep. During our lowest prices of the season, the Queen Sleep Number 360 See-Through Smart Bed is only $8.99, only for a limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Traffic.
Right.
This wagon commute is killing me. You mind if I turn on the old radio?
Oh, this song again. I swear they play the same 3 chants on every station.
At this rate, it's going to take a fortnight to get to work.
Well, just be glad you don't need to fill up. I mean, have you seen the price of hay?
Mm-hmm.
Throughout history, people have always hated to commute. That's why Monster lets you search work from home jobs. Find your job at monster.com or download the app.
I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift.
Thanks, everyone, for making your way here on this toasty morning. Are you all ready to jam? Excellent. Before we get rolling, let's start by hashing out everything bagel will be discussing. Profit margins are okay, but they could maybe be butter. Sorry, I don't mean to waffle. Next quarter, it's all or muffin. Did you have a question, Sausage Patty?
My name's Patricia.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast, it matters where you stay. Delicious breakfast available at our Hilton family of brands. Hilton, for the stay.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
And welcome back to Spotlight this morning. And again, if you missed any of our program, you can check it out on our Facebook page, also on our YouTube channel, and make sure you share it so everybody gets all the great information about the wonderful events going on with the Bluecoats celebrating their 50th anniversary. We have a big one coming up, though, that we haven't talked about just yet, and that is on the 4th of July, the monumental 4th. And again, we bring in Mike Scott, who is the CEO of the Bluecoats, Genevieve Geisler, who is the CFO and COO, and also Elizabeth Clayton, Senior Manager and Brand and Special Projects. And guys, the 4th at the McKinley Monument to me is always just very, very special. But throw in the Bluecoats, thing's going to be crazy good.
It sure is. We actually did this in 2015, and it was a much smaller version, just the Bluecoats. But this year, the city of Canton and the organizing committee of Monumental 4th reached out to us and said, "Hey, do you want to perform?" And we said, "It's our 50th anniversary. Can we bring the alumni corps?" And they said, "What's that?" And I don't think that anyone knew what they were getting themselves into, because this is going to be quite a night. So this year, for our 50th anniversary, we assembled an alumni corps that has about 450 performers, nearly 500 performers. And we actually have someone from every single year that we had the Bluecoats since 1972. So there's original members of the Bluecoats performing. In fact, coming to visit us this summer is the only living founder that we have of the Bluecoats, who we're really excited about that. So anyway, we've assembled this giant alumni corps, and they're going to be rehearsing all weekend, 4th of July weekend, and then their first performance publicly, so the first time anyone will see this massive 450-person alumni corps, will be on the 4th of July with the Bluecoats on the steps of the McKinley Monument. So both drum corps are going to perform some of their music, and then we're going to perform some music together. And then, of course, we're going to end it all in a big fashion, playing the 1812 Overture with cannons. And then, of course, there'll be fireworks.
I'm speechless because I think that's going to be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And what time does everything get underway at the monument?
We're gonna kind of get started at 7:30. I think is kind of the welcome period, with the concert starting at 9. And then that'll be kind of like a 50-minute thing, and we'll have the fireworks at the end of that at 9:50. So the concert's going to start around 9, but welcoming everyone in at 7:30. And of course, Mike mentioned the alumni corps is going to be there. We also have a history display set up with kind of different memorabilia from the past 50 years. So that's also going to be set up there, which is going to be it's going to be pretty cool. Having like things like old costumes and old props and all kinds of fun stuff with little information about what everything is. So that's also going to be set up there, which is going to be a really cool thing to be able to walk through.
What did it take to get all of these folks together from all the way back to 1972?
A lot of work. That's for sure. A lot of work. But if you think about it, just to arrive to the 4th, we're going to have like 30 commercial vehicles. The alumni corps is 3 semi-trucks, and we're 3 semi-trucks, and it's like going to be like 10 buses, and it's huge. It's a lot of people. It's with all the staff and everything, we're talking more than 600 people rolling into the McKinley Monument to make it all happen on buses and trucks and everything. But that's just one event. With the alumni corps, we're also running 6-7 rehearsal days. We've rented out an NFL stadium for a rehearsal. They're going all over. They're performing at Innovation, or at the Tour of Champions Akron event, which is our huge drum corps show that we host on August 8th, as all a part of these Northeast Ohio events as well. So it's been a huge undertaking, perhaps one of the biggest logistical undertakings that we've ever done at the Bluecoats organization, and that's really saying something.
All right, before we go, one more time, run through the events that start on July 2nd.
Yes. Okay. So we have July 2nd. That's Innovations in Brass, competitive drum corps show at Dick Stadium at Kent State. Then on July 3rd, we have Bluecoats Party in the Plaza. It returns and is our 50th anniversary edition. That's right downtown. It's a free event, and the Bluecoats concert ends the night. And then on the 4th, we bring in the alumni corps at the McKinley Monument. I think gates open at maybe 6 o'clock, and then there's 7 o'clock. There's some programming with the Bluecoats performing at 9 o'clock and the alumni corps. And that wraps up our big 50th anniversary celebration weekend. And then we all go on tour. For those of you watching in the video, you can see all those dates. We go on tour. We're doing 8,000 miles, but we do end up right back here for the big show that so many people go to. We get more than 8,000 fans every year, right back here in Northeast Ohio. And that's at Infocision Stadium in Akron on Monday, August 8th.
Wow. Bluecoats.com. That's the website. And you can check out everything that you guys do. And you're going to keep us up to date on all the travels and all the information, correct?
You bet.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on. And I look forward to a great 4th of July holiday weekend. Lots of fun stuff planned. And we appreciate you coming on today.
Thanks so much, Pam.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
When faced with a cancer diagnosis, many patients ask, now what? Now